welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am so happy you stopped by. And today I've got a review for you guys. It has been a long time since I've sat down in front of the camera, but I've had these for a long time while I've not been in front of the camera, and so finally ready to review them. They are the Wet n Wild Fergie Velvet Matte Lip Colors. I picked up two, and I believe they were $3.49 at Walgreens. If they were less, I'll try to link it somewhere over here or put the price in the video. But the shades I picked up are A354 Timeless Chick, and that is what is on my lips now, and A355 Fashion Darling. So the premise of these is they're kind of that chubby, well, not chubby, but a skinny crayon, and they're twist up, there's no sharpener involved, and it's just a matte lip pencil with a velvet feel is what their claims are. These are new for 2015, and there are about 8 to 10 shades in the line. A lot of darker colors. When I picked it up at Walgreens, I had a really hard time choosing, and I did kind of pick two shades that looked similar based on the packaging. When we get into how they actually look later, we'll talk about the similarities as far as packaging and things like that. But the shade range to me was kind of lacking in a lot of mid-tone colors, as far as there was a really light pale nude that would never work on me, and a really light pale pink that I don't think would work on me, and then there were these darker colors that of course I probably wouldn't wear for spring or summertime, which is supposed to be, this is the spring 2015 collection, I believe. So a little bit of an issue with that. That's why I only picked up two. Usually I'll pick up about 3 or 4, and I'll try to pick up different shades, but none of the shades, based on how they looked in the packaging at least, appealed to me except for these two. So the two I picked up did look extremely similar in the packaging. As you can see, this one over here is just more brown in tone, but they're both that kind of mauve shade packaging wise. But unfortunately, one of my biggest complaints about these products so far is the packaging doesn't quite seem to match the color. Now, the one I'm wearing is, like I said, Timeless Chick, and that's this one. And here's the packaging, pretty close, but as you can see, it's a little bit more of a brick tone to this versus this kind of mauve brown I'm getting. So that one was pretty close, but the next one is where it gets really crazy. Now, I'll show you the swatch of this on my hand just in case you want to see it. There it is, and here's the cap, so pretty close. But the next one, Fashion Darling, to me looks nothing like the packaging on the lips, or for that matter swatched on the hand. As you can see, this is supposed to be kind of that terracotta kind of pinky mauve shade, and what it really comes out to is a brighter red. To me, this and the packaging look nothing alike, and on my lips it looks nothing like this cap. In all honesty, the packaging of Timeless Chick looks closer to the packaging of this Fashion Darling than it even does. If I would have known that was this color, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, just because it's not my favorite color I've ever purchased. It's not something I'll wear a lot. So first problem is that, and I've heard a lot of reviews and read a lot of reviews that said the same kind of thing. So be aware of that. If I were you guys and maybe you see a shade in the store and you're thinking about it, probably look up swatches online or refer to other things, and you might get a better idea of that. Now onto the formula. This is supposed to be a velvet matte, and it does feel very velvety on the lips. My one problem about this formula is these two shades perform a little bit differently and are not the best matte formula I've ever tried. The Timeless Chick is my favorite. I've been wearing it quite a bit just because the color payoff is really good, and that's one thing I will say about these. The pigmentation is really good on these, so if you're looking for something matte and pigmented, these are great for that. But as far as how they look on the lips, it's just kind of a miss for me, especially this more red color, the Fashion Darling. It just doesn't look right, and it seems to skip over my lip surface. It's not that they're really hard to draw on, because you can see right here, I mean, I'm getting it pretty good, but you can see it just doesn't, the pigmentation, something goes wrong on the lips. They don't drag, they don't seem to pull at your lips, and they're not dry feeling. But when you put the color on the lips, it just almost skips patches, if that makes any sense. This red one was much worse than the Timeless Chick. I don't know if it's because it's a darker shade and it's got more pigment to it, but I've heard a lot of reviews again that the lighter shades do that, and this one I can definitely say does. So as far as the formula goes, like I said, I think it's going to vary shade to shade. For me it did, but while these feel really comfortable on the lips, they don't feel dry at all. They don't feel strange while they're on there. Afterwards, of course, you'll get that minimal drying that you may see with any kind of matte lipstick, and they feel good on the lips, but they just don't look very good. I have a lot of other matte lipsticks that I much prefer to this. The NYX matte soft matte lip creams feel the same as this and look 10 times better than this. So if I were gonna recommend a velvet matte type product to you guys that's for your lips from the drugstore, it would be those, not these. The price was right, if you will, but the product is so not my thing. I only have been wearing the Timeless Chick color just because I really like the way that looks, but I think that's a dupeable color. I don't think this is something that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to have it because the color, and I'll sacrifice the formula, because in all honesty, I think a lot of people are going to find these to be not their cup of tea, and I'm just the type of person that if I have it, I'm going to use it, and if I like the color, I'm going to use it. But in all honesty, this other shade I have, this red, I tried it for review purposes only, and it's not something I'll wear out of the house probably ever again, just because the way it looks on the lips is so skippy. It just misses patches of the lips, and the color just looks super strange and totally not at all what I thought I was buying with this. So that's my biggest complaint, and I really hate that because, you know, drugstore brands don't really have anything you can swatch or look at. You're looking at the cap or whatever the shelf tag says is the color. So I expect that when I can't open the lipstick and see it or have a swatcher, that the color is going to be right, and these just weren't. And I'm not the only one who said that. I'm not the only person who found it that way, so I feel confident saying it wasn't just that I picked up a dud. So be warned about that. They're not the worst thing I've tried as far as the feel, but as far as the look, they're not my favorite, and in my opinion, they're probably average at best. So probably try to avoid these unless you're just desperate for a certain color. I do think this color is beautiful, but none of the other shades appealed to me. The shade range was off, the formula is off, just not my favorite thing in the world. So that's my review. I hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know down below if you tried any other shades, maybe the lighter shades, things like that. I'm really curious to know how those colors even looked, and if you've tried these, just let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my other reviews, and some favorites videos are coming up again, so that'll be great. And thanks again for watching. Have a great day.